It's a lovely Saturday afternoon, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in Shenzhen. T-shirt weather has returned. Hey, Lao Lies guy, I gotta tell you, your last few videos on your channel have been very confusing, at least to me. I mean, it's actually a bit difficult to tell what your point is, what you're trying to get across. You jump around really just so much all over the place. You know, you're talking about this and then you're talking about that. The title of the video that you posted this morning, China time, on your channel was, I found something awful in China. I need to warn you about this. Need and warn are in upper cases, why I read them a little louder. Starts out with some girls smashing helmets, then a guy smashing a robot. Okay, I guess they could be related. Chinese people are smashing stuff all over the place. But then there was a clip of what appears to be homeless people. So again, you know, just a little bit confusing what you're trying to get across. Then a brief, dire statement from you, leading into the one consistent thing in all your videos, paid promotion. You sure got that in there. Didn't miss that. For the rest of the video, the best I can tell is, I think you're trying to say that Chinese people are looking at their phones too much. Is that what it is? When you say you found something awful that you need to warn everyone about, I doubt anyone would have guessed it would be such a lame topic. People staring at their phones. So congrats on the clickbait.
What I noticed, even back in 2008, but I progressively noticed more and more over time, was that no one was present. No one was in their current state. No one was actually living in the moment. Amongst thousands of people, again, even back then, on the train, on the bus, walking down the street, I was one of the only people that was looking around at what was happening. For some reason, again, this was even back in 2008, everyone was crane neck staring down at their phones. Yes, they were Java-based phones, none of this fun stuff you have on your phones nowadays, you know, the smartphone stuff. But yet, even back then, everyone was already addicted. Smartphones brought on a tidal wave of distraction in China. It got so much worse. Those 8 out of 10 people that were craned over their dumb phone were now 10 out of 10 people. Out at the restaurant, phones out. On the bus, phones out. Walking down the street for exercise, crossing the road with traffic, phones out. Are you riding your motorcycle? Well, in China, you'll probably have your phone out. The addiction was insane. And this was like 2008 to 2011, all the way up until now. I would go back to the US to visit every few years, and I would end up with societal whiplash because people were actually talking to each other. People were talking in line at the supermarket, not craned over some ridiculous device. People were waving when you would walk by, maybe even stopping for a little chat.
You go on in the video about seeing this insane addiction right from when you first arrived in China in 2008, and it has continued to get worse since then. You claimed 8 out of 10 people back then, and now apparently it's 10 out of 10 people just completely zoned out like zombies, right? And I mean, addicted to their phones, not paying any attention to reality around them. While the clips that you included in your video were obviously very carefully selected to emphasize people looking at their phones, we don't really know who made those videos and when they were made. But what if we could jump in a time machine and go back to 2011 and take a look at what you saw back then, the 8 out of 10 people. Okay, this video might not be exactly 2011. You posted this back in April of 2012. It may in fact have been filmed in 2011, I'm not sure, because you don't post videos in order. Anyway, I searched through this video. There must be at least 100 people in the video, you know, on the streets. They're not that busy, but there are streets and you're riding on your motorcycle. Downtown Baotou, Inner Mongolia. I could not find a single person in the video looking at their phone. So that seems kind of strange. There was one woman that seemed to have her hand in a position that she could be holding a cell phone, but she also had a heavy bag on that arm, which is more likely why she had her arm bent. You know, might not be holding the phone. Could be just holding that bag. I'm not going to argue that all people these days don't look at their phones while they're riding on the subway. I mean, you know, basically a lot of people are, most people are. I don't myself, but, you know, most people do. The bus sometimes, but for some reason, not as much. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of the windows and you can see more stuff going by outside, but I notice not as many people look at their phones on the bus. Even the guy at the bus stop waiting for the bus does not have his phone out. Here's a group of people crossing the street who made a friendly gesture to you. That nice, you know, hello. Also, not a single one of them had their phone out.
Hello, what's up? Hey.
Even though this was your first video posted on the day you opened your YouTube account, a knife oddly shows up in the video, which you claim to have purchased a couple of videos later. I know you don't want to deceive your viewers, so let's just chalk this one up to a incredibly bad memory. It obviously has nothing to do with you running out of content and material and just fabricating a story in order to get the paid promotion, right? So I'm gonna do you one better. You say 10 out of 10 people are looking at their phones, completely zoned out to everything. They're oblivious to everything going on around them. 10 out of 10. Let's catch the first 10 people here. We got 2, no phone. 3, 4, I'm not gonna count the baby. No phone. 5, 6, no phone. And we got 7 and 8 up here, coming up. Looks like they're more worried about their children than they are about their phone, to me. So, not sure exactly what you're talking about. Oh, we got a guy coming, number 9. Motorcycle, no phone. But number 9, oh, he turned it down. Maybe he knows I'm trying to catch people on their phones. And there's number 10, no phone. This guy was looking at his phone though. I think he saw me.